Okay guys, so let's now move to our front end where all of these requests, when we, for example, can confirm or reject the request of the friendship to the current user, which is in current case, let's say Jennifer Lawrence. Okay, so we'll now program this. As usual, we will be doing in a little bit different way because with all the features I'm trying to show you all the ways of implementing them. Okay, so we'll be using now quite interesting way to do it. First of all, we're going to the main storyboard to create an outlet action connection. So open the left panel. Here we have got the friends table view, then open the cell, then open the content view. Then we've got two buttons, confirm and delete. Select the confirm button, call assistant editor. Make sure that you're in the search user cell. Sorry, friend request cell, yeah. Okay, so confirm button, select it, hold Ctrl left mouse click, drag it right over here, right after awaken from nib. Select the connection of type action, and let's write confirm button underscore clicked. And the same we're doing for the delete button. Hold Ctrl, let's say left mouse click, drag it right over here. We'll write confirm button underscore clicked of type action. And let's click connect. Okay, here we are done. Now we're going to the friend request cell. And oops, it's supposed to be delete button click, not confirm button click. Okay, if you have made a wrong action connection, you have to cancel it. We select the delete button, then we're going to the connection inspector, cancel the confirm button clicked, call assistant editor, and reconnect it to the new one, which is delete button underscore click. Hold Ctrl left mouse click, drag it right to it, and release. Now we're done. Let's come back to our friend request cell. And okay, so what we want to do is, so currently whenever we will press confirm button or delete button, the action is declared inside of the cell which is a friend request cell. So we will send a delegate protocol from the cell to the friends view controller, which is a mother view controller in current case. So this is what we will do. So we will send the protocol confirmed and all the information from the cell to the mother view controller. This is what we're going to do. So it's a superb and quite handy technique which we'll be using now. Okay, so to do this, we'll have to create here another protocol right above the class. So we'll write protocol. Then we will write, let's say, request or friend request cell delegate of type class, open and close curly brackets. So in order to keep the logical readability, I'm giving the same name as the class but adding delegate at the end. Okay, so here the delegate protocol will be, let's say, we can say update or execute certain action. Let's say execute, then open and close round bracket. Let's write here action, which will be of type string. Then from cell colon UI table view cell. Okay, you will understand why we're using exactly this. Okay, so this is delegate protocol to be sent to the mother view controller along with the data, which are, for example, action and cell. Okay, so what we will do now, so this is a protocol. In this video we will learn how to use this type of protocols. Okay, so this is a protocol, then we will go to run this protocol. We're going to the confirm button clicked function. Here, this function executed when confirm button is clicked, and that function is executed when delete button is clicked. Very good. Okay, so for the confirm button, so first of all, what we want to do is we want to hide these buttons. When we click confirm button, then we want to hide it, and then we want to show the message. Okay, so we'll write confirm button dot is hidden equals true, then delete button dot is hidden equals true, then message label dot is hidden equals false, and here we'll write hide buttons and show label. Very good. Then the same stuff we are doing for the delete button clicked. And after this, after we've done this, we will run this function, execute action from cell. Okay. In order to access this function, we need here to create a delegate connection. So we can do it simply creating a new variable with the name delegate, which is having the same name like that one, and a question mark at the end. So means this is our delegate protocol. So we are storing this protocol simply in this variable. So this entire protocol is just in one variable. Okay, so we're going to our delegate variable, and then we'll write execute action. In the question mark, we'll write confirm from current cell, which is of UI table view, from cell. Execute action confirm from self means from current cell. Okay, send or execute or send protocol and assign to it data, which is confirm and current cell. Okay, we will need to access current cell, which is self, in order to get the index path of this cell. The same stuff we are doing for the delete button. Okay, so we have executed the delegate, but this delegate doesn't have any functionality. So we just execute this function and assign the action and the cell to it. That's it. So this delegate will have to call from the mother view controller. This delegate will have to call from the mother view controller, which is a friends view controller. Okay. In order to access this delegate, we need to insert this class here. So here we will put a comma, then we will write friend request cell delegate, the one which we want to execute, guys. So this is the one. By the way, I forgot to write the message for our delete button. So I'm coming back to the friend request cell. Here, the message which I want to write, message in the label, will be message label.text equals to, as exactly as in Facebook, request accepted. And the same stuff we'll do for the request removed. Request removed. These are the exact words that used by the Facebook. Okay, so I'm now coming back to your friends view controller. So as you see, it shows you an error because whenever we insert the delegate, we must execute the function of this delegate. So it means if we're inserting, let's say, the data source delegate or table view delegate, we must execute the we must execute the properties or the protocols of these functions. Okay, here it says here inside of this we can now run the action. So that is, I'll write a comment, that is a delegate received or caught from the cell. Okay. This delegate is having assigned data or information to action variable and the cell variables. Okay. So what I will do is, to proceed further, I would like to write very simple code. I will go now to the function which is a friend button clicked. So we are going to the function which called friend button click. Let's find it. Here we go. So here, step preparing request. Here, I will copy this block. I will cut this block of code. I will cut it. I did cut it, and here we will write a new function, update. Let's say update request. Open and close round brackets, then open curly brackets, and call this function inside of it. Okay, so this function updates request means confirm or reject or send, let's say based on the action. Okay, so here the action, we must declare a parameter of the function which will be update request. Action will be string. Then we need ID, which will be, let's say, any. Then we have a friend underscore ID, which will be also, for example, any. This one, better use it user ID, not just an ID. Okay, so now these parameters are replaced here in the body. Okay, so what we will do, guys, now we will call this function here in the friend button clicked. We'll call this function in the friend button clicked. So I will write update request action with or what I will do, I'll write here just with. Let me recall it. Update request with action. User ID will be our user RR ID, which we declared above. Friend ID will be our friend ID. And still, I would like to rename this ID just to being a user ID to make it just more readable. Okay. Call function to update request. This will be step number 3. Step 3. And inside of this function, okay, I'm not going to mention the steps to do not confuse you. I'll just mention like this, the comments. Okay, very good. So here we're calling update request with the action, or you can write friendship request. Update friendship request, like this, guys. So it's more readable and more easier to understand. Update friendship request with the action, user ID, and the friend ID. Brilliant. We're now going to the top of our class. Here is where the delegate is. So now I would like to access the index path. I would like to access the index path. Here I am writing guard let index path equals to friends table view dot index path for selected row. For selected row, this is one of the ways which we can use. That is the one, not selected row, just index path for cell, which is our cell above. Then this is how we can access it. Else, let's return it. So this is, guys, how we can access the index path. That's why we needed to declare here the cell which was in the friend request self. Here, self. Okay, so we need to access the cell in order to get the index path of the cell. Here we are getting index path of the cell. Then we do need to get guys, definitely the user ID, user and friend ID. And here we'll write guard let user underscore ID. User ID will be the ID of the friend who wants to, or the ID of the person who wants to add us to be his friend. So here we have a requested users. User ID will be requested users who requested us to be their friend. Then in the square brackets we'll write index path dot row. Then in the next square brackets we're writing ID, else return. Very good. And here I will just put a comma, then I will continue. Let friend underscore ID equals to current user question mark, open and close square brackets, then in the quotation marks write ID and return. Here we are getting user ID, person who wants to add us to be his friend, and we are getting friend ID, which is a current user. Okay, this is what we're doing now. And after that, we will call the function which is update friendship request with the action which we have here in the function, which we have already declared in the cell here, confirm, execute action, and confirm. Okay, or you can write, let's say, update friendship request, or up to you. Okay, let's change the name of this rather than update friendship request delegate, update friendship request delegate, or something like this. So this is how I will modify the function update friendship request with action from cell. Update friendship request with the action. It will be confirmed from cell, which is current cell. And this execute will just replace it. Here will be reject from self. And here we'll have to change it as well. Here I'll write update friendship request with the action from cell, which is cell. Okay, and here update friendship request. This is we're calling from the, or let's guys just distinguish these two functions from each other. So friends request cell, update friendship request, or yeah, it is actually different. Here we have a from cell, here we have with the ID and the user. Okay, very good. So here action will be the action which is in current, which is in the current function. User ID will be the user ID which we have got, and friend ID will be friend ID which we have got above. Here is we are updating status of the request in the server. Here we go. So we can now build and run, and we must be able to update the status of our requests. Okay, so these are the requests which I have got. I will, let's say, click on Samuel L. Jackson, so request accepted. Excellent. So Samuel L. Jackson is having the ID 6, so this line must disappear. So I'll update this. It is still there, and nothing here appears. So we need now to track where we have done a mistake or a typo. Yes, guys, the problem is because we did not create the delegate connection from the cell to current view controller. Okay, scroll down, go to the function which called cell forward index path. So in the first if statement, we are accessing search user cell, but we need another cell, which is that one, friend request cell. And here we will write cell.delegate equals self. So this is what we wrote, and here will be the comment. Here we are creating delegate relations from the cell to current view controller in order to access the protocols of this delegate class. Okay, so we can now build and run, and everything will be working fine. So I got here no request. Let me create quickly a few requests from user 1 to 2, from 3 to 2. Okay, now make sure that you have a request so you can make them manually in your request table. So these are the requests. I select, let's say, Bradley Cooper. I accept him, request accepted. And here from the requests, it's gone and he's now in the friend. So he's now my friend. Okay, then we have the friend, which is a Daniel Craig. I will decline Daniel Craig and he must disappear from these requests. And at the same time, we can search, for example, for Daniel, and then we change our mind, and then we send a request to him. And it is here. Now it's from user 2, current user, it's sent to the Daniel Craig from the Jennifer Lawrence. Okay, guys, so this is how does it work. That is really excellent. Now we'll try to go to the guests page from the request page. Let's go and do this.